Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back. We've got more positional big boards to get through today. We are almost done with the offensive side of things. In this video, we will be doing the center position. Obviously, a somewhat interesting one to Seahawks fans, although I can kind of understand that the team has taken some measures to make the position serviceable for now. I don't think it would be unreasonable for them to address the position beyond what they've done in free agency and previous drafts by drafting one now. So definitely worth talking about. Once again, my full big board 1 through 287 is available on Patreon, link in the description. And for Ring of Honor tier members here on YouTube, you can go to the community tab and get the link to that, the Google Doc link, and then download it if you would like. So if you want to see the full big board, no positions, dividing it up, just straight 1 through 287, you can do that. All right, centers. So not a ton of centers in this draft. Usually there aren't a ton of draftable centers in a draft, I feel like, anyway, so it's not surprising. But there are some good ones. It's a decent center draft overall, I think. Jackson Powers Johnson, really good prospect. Not ideal for what we're looking for, but I think he would be okay, and he's good enough to overcome some of his physical limitations. So if you wanted to get JPJ, I think he's worth a first-round pick. I don't know if the Seahawks would want him because he doesn't really fit the bill, but at the same time, he's really good. He could probably overcome that weakness. So, Jackson Powers Johnson of Oregon is my number one, pretty clearly. I do have a couple of other second-round guys here. The first is Cedric Van Pran. He's my second. Still really like him. I don't know why people cooled off so much on him this year. Still relatively high on him. Think he'll be a good all-around center in the NFL. My other second rounder would be Zach Frazier. I think that he's a more of a gap scheme fit. He's more of a strength guy. I don't think he'll be able to do great in a zone-based scheme, which is why I'm personally not that interested. But I think another team should be interested in him. He is going to be good, I think. And then we kind of have a big drop off after that top three. I don't think any of the other guys should go in the top 100, but there are guys who are actually really compelling in a weird way. They may not be worthy of going in the very top of the draft, but I do think they're worth developing and could become as good as the guys who are actually going to be in the top 100. Tenor Bortolini of Wisconsin, really, really interesting guy. Very, very athletic, historically athletic center. So if you feel like you can develop him, go pick him up. So I don't think I can put him in the top 100 because I acknowledge that it's a projection. He wasn't very good in college, and I don't want to take a guy in the top 100 because he Mike Mamula'd it at the combine. But at the same time, I do think he's very interesting for his own base scheme. Bo Limmer of Arkansas would be my next guy here. Number 5. He's kind of the opposite, where he's really, really strong, is his calling card. He killed the bench press. Not totally a fit for what I'm looking for, but at the same time, not necessarily a terrible one either. I do think that he'll make some team very happy as a developmental guy in early day 3. I'm somewhat interested, not super interested, but I do think that some team out there should be very intrigued by his power. Dylan McMahon would be my next guy, another super athletic center prospect, the NC State guy. We're starting to get down into guys who are kind of more of the lottery ticket mold. I would consider a guy like Dylan McMahon to be a bit of a lottery ticket because he is so dependent on his athleticism, and he wasn't a great player in college. He's got a lot of work to do, but the baseline athleticism for being a good player in the NFL in a zone scheme is definitely there. Number 7, we have Jacob Monk of Duke. He was a guy that I was late on. I completely spaced on evaluating him the first time through, but he's really, really good at move blocks, really, really good at playing in space. So Jacob Monk is, I think, worthy of going in like that top half of the day 3 territory, approximately. Didn't play that well in college, though. You like go back and look at the way he played. He's got work to do for sure. I'm not disputing that. But I think there's some upside there that you typically would not find 7 deep into a center class. Usually by the time you get down here, you've got guys who are kind of dead end, how should I put this? Dead end backups, dead end, practice squatters even. So that's pretty good. Number 8, we got Matt Lee of Miami. Intriguing guy. Not super. This is definitely the point where I start to get less excited. This is definitely the point where I start to get to like, okay, that guy will never be a good starter in this league. He'll probably never even be a bad starter in this league because he's a backup tier player. But Matt Lee would be my best of those guys. Kingsley Eguakun of Florida would be next up on the list, number 9 for him. Not to my recollection a great scheme fit for what we're doing, but somebody out there is going to like what they see. So Kingsley Eguakun, number 9. My 10th would be Charles Turner III of LSU. I do think he's draftable, but we're definitely starting to broach the territory of guys that I don't think should be drafted. I think they should be UDFAs. I think they should, have an uphill battle to make the league. So we are starting to get down into it here, but Charles Turner III had some half-decent tape. Drake Nugent of Michigan, this is where it starts to get more into undrafted territory for me. I wasn't too high on Nugent. I don't think he's a very good fit. Michigan did ask him to do some stuff in space, but athletically, I don't think he's going to be able to keep up in the NFL. It's not even like an Oluwatimi thing, where Oluwatimi wasn't that athletic, but he was very well versed in playing in space. Nugent, a little bit different. Nugent, I feel like, is going to really struggle to do it consistently at the NFL level in a way that even Oluwatimi didn't feel like he was going to. Number 12, my final guy would be Andrew Rame of Oklahoma. Not a guy I'm particularly interested in. I think he should be undrafted. Doesn't fit what the Seahawks are trying to do with their offensive line in all likelihood anyway. So that rounds it out for me. That was every center that I evaluated during this process. So 1 through 12. Let me know what you guys think of this list. Let me know if you guys have any strong, firm disagreements. Let me know if you guys think I'm sleeping on something. Let me know if you guys think I missed somebody completely. Like maybe I didn't evaluate somebody who maybe I should have, who you think will be drafted. But like I said, I think it's I don't know if it's better than average as a center class. It's not quite as good as last year. But it's not often you get a first-round center. I think JPJ will be a first-round center, although I have heard that some front offices don't value him the way we do. Van Pran and Frazier, to me, should both be second-rounders. So that alone gives you legitimate power at the top. All right. Thank you for watching. We're going to do a very short video later today on the next position over on the offensive line. And it's short because there's just very little to talk about. There's very little going on there. And you get down to the bottom of the list really quickly when you're talking about the right guard position. But we'll talk about that in a couple hours. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think of the center list. See you guys soon.